Car manufacturers will typically facelift a model 3 or 4 years into its life, so the fact Honda has seen fit to work on improving its Civic a little more than a year after it was launched is something of a surprise. But this isn't a cosmetic facelift, the tweaks are far more fundamental. The changes are in response to feedback from the media, dealers and current owners. And that feedback has not been positive. Honda says it's not down to slow sales but the opinion of many is that the new Civic isn't as good to drive as its predecessor. Since the car is built in Swindon, Honda has been able to react quickly to improve the car in an attempt to address some of those criticisms. The result is a very minor cosmetic makeover but a circumflex, more importantly, improvements to the chassis and steering. Given the less than sharp handling of the new Civic at its launch in 2012, the changes can only be a good thing, and Honda was so convinced with its efforts it let us drive the new car and old car back to back. The tweaks are fairly simple. The dampers and the weight of the electromechanical power steering have been adjusted, resulting in a noticeably firmer ride. A circumflex, although thankfully it has not been rendered uncomfortable. The steering now feels sharper and gives the Civic a sense of agility that was previously absent. i-DTEC not a radical change but i-DTEC enough to inspire more confidence on a country road. Allied with a stiffer suspension setup, the tweaked car feels more planted and settles into corners neatly and more quickly. i-DTEC not all about a circumflex feel, though a circumflex the upgrades make for more traction and more accuracy, allowing you to carry more speed if you're a keen driver. We drove both the outgoing and updated Civic with the 1.6 i-VTEC diesel engine. It's a versatile engine, offering plenty of in-gear torque, low emissions and good fuel economy. The engine lineup itself has not been changed, though a circumflex the upgrades to the Civic are restricted to the chassis and the styling. i-VTEC is a refinement rather than a revolution. Cosmetically, Honda has not done all that much. The grey inlay and the front bumper has been refinished in gloss black, the window tint is darker and the rear diffuser has been redesigned. There's also more gloss black on the tailgate and the rear light clusters are now smoked. Inside there are some extra chrome details and the upholstery stitching has been redesigned and finished in white. Finally, an alloy wheel design is available and there's been a minor tweak to the headlight design. The difference between old and new is subtle but i-VTEC noticeable. Honda has also managed to keep abreast of developments in active safety. The updated Civic will be available with technologies like lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, auto-dipping headlights, forward collision warning and crossing traffic warning to assist when pulling out of junctions. Unfortunately, the car we tested was left-hand drive, so its sensors were set up for continental roads and consequently couldn't be tested properly in the UK. Digsby. Email and social networks in one easy-to-use application. http://digsby.com. Practicality remains unchanged but then there wasn't much to improve on in the first place. The brilliant rear seats are present and correct. A circumflex they fold up for loading tall items on the cabin floor or they fold flat for carrying long items, while the boot itself is a false floor with a clever mechanism for raising and lowering that requires no effort or fiddling. The changes don't make the Civic a perfect car, though. i-VTEC impossible to address the poor rear visibility a circumflex caused by a split rear screen, without a complete redesign of the hatchback. There is also a noticeable disparity between the materials at the top and bottom of the dashboard. A circumflex has a soft touch covering high up, but lower down the plastics aren't exactly appealing or plush, even if they are hard-wearing. Another minus point is the infotainment and sat-nav screen, which feels like a tacky aftermarket unit and has a messy button arrangement. The space-age dashboard, with its split-level layout, really does look great and it sets the Civic apart from other family hatchbacks, so why finish it off with an ugly touchscreen system? i-VTEC perhaps harsh to pick fault too much, though a circumflex Honda has listened to the criticisms of experts and customers and it has set about addressing them as quickly as possible. While the tweaks might be minor, they are enough to boost the appeal of the Civic and keep it competitive. i-VTEC now better to drive and it looks more upmarket. You can see information about specifications, engine or transmission, dimensions and performance on the description below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe us for more videos.